The Big Lerf Podcast, talking LRF and more. Hello and welcome to the Big Lerf Podcast. My name is Ben Bassett. I'm here at Solar.
Hi there. All right, mate?
Good. And we're doing this remotely for the first time.
Yeah, this is a bit different, isn't it?
A little bit different in an effort to try and improve the ratio of podcast recordings.
Yeah, in theory, this should mean we can get them out there a bit more frequently, shouldn't it?
Hopefully so. Yeah, definitely better than what we're doing currently. It's like one every 2 months at the moment. Just pretty poor from us. So I appreciate your patience, guys. But basically, we've got a lot to talk about, and whether we'll try and squeeze it into an hour or so of this recording, we'll do our best.
Yeah,
we've had two big events, haven't we?
We have. We've just done the CLF, of course.
Just done the CLF, and we've had the Dorset Lure Festival as well, and the Weekender to kind of talk about.
Yeah, lots going on.
Yeah, lots. So I figured we'd probably talk about the CLF first because it's most recent in our memories.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And then we can try and just summarise what was good about the Dorset Lure Festival and the Weekender.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Okay, so Cornish Lure Festival. So, I mean, let's just describe it for people who, the one person listening to this who might not know what that is.
Okay. So the Cornish Lure Festival is the OG of the species. Well, it's not just less. I guess we should be a bit more expansive on the description of it.
This is true.
Cornish Lure Festival is bass, wrasse, and species competition / festival. Covers a whole weekend from the Friday to the Sunday. Obviously, we focus on the species side, but the majority of competitors focus on the bass, don't they?
Definitely, and it has a lot this year.
Yes, I think I don't know what the split was. Well, I guess we do roughly, don't we? Because it's probably about 20 species hunters signed up.
20 species hunters, and I think it was 130 altogether. So, 110 on the bass, which is really good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
And by bass, so Ben at Art Fishing runs it, and by his own admission, he said that he hasn't really promoted it, and so it's a credit to his reputation and the Art Fishing and the Cornish Lure Festival's reputation that they got so many anglers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, still a lot of interest, wasn't there?
Huge amount of interest. I think that's why we get passionate about it every time, because we just want to see this play, see it succeed and do really, really well. And I was quite happy with 20 though. It was good.
20 species, yeah. I mean, especially for yourself, you've been out of the game for a year or two, haven't you? So.
Oh yes, yeah. I've been out of the game. I was quite happy with that, and but we were against some good opposition, some really good opposition for the species side.
Yeah. I mean, we were saying like the sort of standard in terms of the amount of anglers that were up around 20 was I've not seen that many up around on those high numbers, or just below 20 even. It was a closely fought competition this year, wasn't it?
It was. It felt like everybody who was there really wanted to be there as well. They were kind of all taking it as seriously as they possibly could. Obviously with different levels of like knowledge in regards to where to go in Cornwall, especially when we haven't talked about the weather yet, but we will do.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So when you've, obviously depends on, like, we've obviously fished Cornwall a lot over the years, and we've got a very good idea about where to go. But we've struggled with the weather. Yeah,
it ruled out a lot of the spots we'd normally head to, or a few of our favourites even, wasn't it? I was saying we probably get around probably 9 or 10 different marks on a good weekend.
I would say so. Yeah.
I think we were limited to 4. I think you maybe done 5 by.
I did 5
heading down the coast a bit further.
I think I did 6 actually, but 2 of those. Well, one of those was definitely like just a check to see if I could possibly do it. It didn't work out. But I think what we'll probably do is let's just try and summarise our own journeys. I think.
Yeah.
On these, and we can talk it through. You want me to go first, or you go first?
You go for it, mate.
Oh, okay. I'll try and surmise it as brief as I can. So we signed. Obviously, went to. This is the first time I've ever been to the actual sign up at the Weybridge Cornish Showground.
Oh, of course, yeah. That surprised me. You're like, where is it? And I was like, you've not been to one of these yet.
No, because obviously, as I said, I've probably said numerous times. First time I've taken part since 2021, and back then you signed up in the shop.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to the showground. That was really nice because obviously there's loads of people there we know, whether they're doing bass or whether they're doing species or wrasse. Yeah, it was just really nice just to catch up with everybody.
It was, yeah, yeah. It's a nice place for everyone to gather there, isn't it?
Yes, good space, and obviously the nice they put on a bit of like teas and coffees and a bit of chocolate biscuits and stuff, which I always appreciated.
Absolutely, yeah. Nice touch that.
Yeah, very nice. We don't do that actually. I don't think so. So
We don't.
it's
Maybe
pretty.
it's something we
No,
could
have to up our
improve.
chocolate game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, being Ben, this is one thing that like it looks fantastic. Like everything, all the posters. Like
Yeah,
he's such an artist,
yeah,
Ben Field.
yeah,
And he's like we always whenever I look at his stuff, I just think, God, he's a real genius of that sort of thing, isn't he?
yeah. It all looks good. All looks sharp, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you turn up, and even though he's like been hastily put together, it still looks like he's been working on it for years.
Yeah,
It's really
so
really
true.
talented man, really talented man. So yeah, we were all doing that, and then we all zoom away, go in various places, and it's interesting because you're in like a convoy of cars. And everyone's just kind of turning off on different routes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I thought that's quite interesting to see. Okay, where they're going that way. Okay, they're going south. We're going north, and obviously we had the threat of Storm Amy coming in, didn't we?
yeah, yeah. It was.
I think by the time we were driving off, it was just starting to rain. I think.
Yeah, they're coming in a little bit. I think the first couple of hours were pretty decent in comparison to how it panned out, weren't they? But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could it was coming, wasn't it? You could feel it was on its way.
Yeah, definitely. You could definitely feel it in the air. And we got down to the first mark. We might as well name it because everybody knows where we went. There's the Padstow we went to,
Yeah,
uh, and fished the harbour there. And yeah, it was quite like we went there because obviously we're going to be sheltered. We thought guaranteed that we'll be able to at least have some water that's fishable because
yes,
obviously
yeah,
there's going to be no swell because it's a lock gate. And at least we'll have a crack at some of the cooler species that could possibly come out of there.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I think we brought this. We turned up. There's already quite a few people fishing, and thinking, and like, but none of the cool fish have come out at that point, right?
No, no, slow start.
Everything's carpeted with sand gobies in that spot,
Yeah, so
and
so
it's
many
just,
sangobies there.
it's just crazy. I mean, there's very few places. I think Sutton Harbour has been like that at times, but never like that reliably coated with them.
No, I'm not aware of a place that's got quite so many.
No,
Wherever
they
you
do well.
cast.
Yeah, wherever you cast, it's just vibrations, just constantly on the rod tip. And so I decided, okay, I need to go something like big, scented, and just hopefully robust enough to not get torn to pieces by sangobies.
Yeah,
So I put on a big XL bit of the Gulp Isom in that clear camo,
yeah,
and with the product of this podcast basically sponsored by this one product because it's so important to what we did, which we now should sell in the shop, and that is the Chris Whitehouse's amazing bait needles that he's put together 3D printed.
yeah, yeah. They're brilliant.
Absolutely amazing. They're so good. They're on the shop $9.99, and
Yeah,
we just had a new batch loaded up there. By the time this comes out, there'll hopefully still be a few left. And by using that, I was able to get the hook right in the very tip of the tail. So I knew I'd probably hook some sangobies, which I did. But I'd also hopefully, if anything took it, obviously I'm just going to pick it up and I'll hopefully, snag it.
yeah.
And I did. I got the tub really early on.
You did. You did well
3 or
there.
4 casts in, I think. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone was kind of worried about that at one point.
Yeah. You got that job done quickly.
Yeah,
And
that was.
I don't think they were as abundant, or certainly not feeding as hard as we used to.
No, I think. Well, like I said to the guys on the day, I think that one I caught had some lip damage.
Okay.
Which is the first time I ever caught a tub with signs of previous being caught.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's unsurprising. I mean, obviously we've had like a summer of people probably fishing Padstow and putting big worm baits out and stuff. And unsurprising, there's probably been some fish caught in there.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
So they probably were a bit hook shy, and
a
little bit difficult. But we went. So I sort of that gave me the confidence. I was on 2 species really quickly, so I thought, okay, I'll go over and like try and get I spoke to Lucas, who was there, who's obviously a machine, and then he's like, Oh yeah, I've just had a common goby off the ramp. I've just had a mullet here, and I'm just like, what the hell, mate? Okay, what the hell? So I thought I better focus on that stuff because he's just going to run away with it.
Opening up an early lead.
Yeah. And so obviously I was focused on that. What were you doing at this point?
I was trying hard for a gurnard, of course. I think that's the prime target there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got the sand goby done quickly, naturally.
Naturally.
But yeah, I couldn't find a tub. I did get a black goby, which weirdly was the only one I caught that weekend.
That is weird.
So turned out to be, but then yeah, there's a couple of weird ones I missed out on sort of that weekend. But yeah, I kept flogging away for a tub. Was fishing with Chris Whitehouse there actually, and he did eventually find one. And that was a lifer on LRFM, which was nice to see.
Yeah, he caught it on the outside as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and we went to the other side, and I went over there, and my parking was nearly run out, and I was like, oh, God, I got to keep trying.
Yeah.
So I added a bit to the parking. Still couldn't get a goby going, and so I thought I'm gonna try for one of these common gobies or little mullet.
Yeah.
As you know, my micro fishing game is not the best.
It's been well documented on this pod, and your microfishing is not that great.
Yeah, so put on Tanaga hook through gritted teeth. But thankfully, found a common goby almost instantly.
Nice.
Where I guess Lucas had hinted the area they were. It seemed quite obvious where they were once you get there. That bit of broken ground by the slipway. And the mullet were there. It took a little bit of poking around, but they're very small, but they're quite thick shoals, aren't they? So
yeah,
got one of those. Chris got one too. There's another chap there got one, his first ever. So that was quite a nice little moment. And
yeah, nice. What size hook did you get the mullet on? Did you get on Tanago?
Tanago, yeah, Tanago.
I got mine on size 20.
Did you?
You took it properly. It was really like those little mullet. I'm sort of like, I don't know. I want to say they're probably about 6, maybe 7 inches long.
I think I had the smaller stamp.
Okay, I had slightly the bigger ones, and then they're properly aggressive in that there's like an outflow and the water's coming out there of the fresh water, and it just sort of, and once you put it through them, as long as you put it through not too fast, they're quite aggressive.
Yeah. I think
it makes a change from that.
It does, yeah. But it made me think of the first time we saw them in there actually, and I think you suggested putting a 20 off the back of I think I had a jig head on at the time, and obviously I was so close to catching my first one, but I tied it that poorly. The hook pulled off, and I gave up on it. I think you caught one shortly afterwards, but
I caught one,
yeah. But I felt like that was a bit of redemption, getting the common and in the mullet if I had to miss out on the tub gurnard. So
yeah, that's two good species to get because they were not the easiest ones to pick up.
No, I wouldn't have said so. Certainly not for me.
So I was pretty buzzing because I got my common and I got my I got my mullet thick lip. I guess it was a thick lip. It looked like a thick lip.
Yeah,
they're quite small, so it's really hard to ID them at that size. And that gave me the confidence to think, okay, I'm not going to catch anything else here, I don't think. And so I'm going to head off before the weather gets really bad and just drive down to, which is way further down than I thought it was, but Hale is like an hour's drive.
Yeah, it's a trek, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And obviously by this point, the weather was properly coming in. It was ridiculous. And there's a banker weaver spot on the other side, and I went there, and the wind was right in my face. Nasty. And it was honestly some of the worst conditions I've ever fished in. There's just no reason for you to be out there. It was insane.
Yeah.
And my rod was bending round the opposite way, and I was trying to keep it line tight. I was using a 9 gram weight to try and keep it fixed, and just getting sand goby after sand goby after sand goby, and I was just pulling my hair out.
Oh man, yeah, I bet.
Just laughing at myself because it's just so ridiculous. And I had dog walkers come past me and just look at me what are you doing? And I would have done exactly the same thing because that was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
I went down onto the beach and I actually just in between the breakers as they were coming in, you could actually see the little tiny weavers and you could see a little black dorsal follow in. Yeah, and actually follow in, and I dropped them I dropped 3 of them, and they came out
Oh
and just,
man,
they do that thing where you take them out of the water, they've not properly hooked themselves, and they land on the sand and just sink back in.
straight back into it, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, and like you've got no chance. You're not going to reach into the sand to pull out a venomous fish.
No, no, you don't
I
need them that badly.
no, they're definitely not. I don't need like a stinging hand
No.
for the sake of like trying to get another species. So I stuck out way too long there, way too long.
Yeah, I guess once you're there, though, you want to try and get what you came for, don't you?
Yeah, well, what I should have done is I should have just gone to the other side and tried from the other side, even though the tide was a little bit wrong. I could have fished it down.
Yeah,
Because we was obviously on an outgoing tide at this point. Just because I went over the other side and I was having a little chat with Paul Legington,
yeah,
he'd gone to a couple of marks in that time. That's how long I'd been there. For Weaver, and they'd been absolute write-offs. So
really,
yeah, the weather just really piled in.
stirred it up.
Coast,
Yeah,
so and Weavers, as we've talked about before, they really hate wild weather. They're not like a comfortable fish in that sort of weather.
no, it does tend to mess things up if you get a bit of a blow, doesn't it? They're not in the spots where you expect to find them.
No, I don't think they're the strongest swimmers. Like they're just kind of like they're being on the bottom, and obviously if the waves are coming, they're going to get covered in sand really deep as well.
Yeah,
So I don't think they like that churn too much.
No.
That's my theory anyway. So I went over basically I was having a chat with Steve Rowland as well. And basically I was just like, I need to, because it's actually starting to get dark. Like now, it's like I need to pick up some species. So I went and did that, and hail just produced. It was just amazing. It was just like first drop. I was bearing in mind I'd spent about 3 hours at this point catching just sangobies, just driving myself insane. And I just basically went down with a little snooted drop shot with a right to the very end with the hook at the end, obviously with the bait needle, and just immediately put out a gold cinny, which is obviously not the easiest one to get in Cornwall.
No, they've quite often been a bogey fish, haven't they, in Cornwall? For a lot of
definitely. And bearing in mind, I didn't get one in the Dorset Lure Festival either, so that was like for me, it was just like, yeah, get that. So I got that one. Literally dropped it down black goby, dropped it down rock goby, and then tom pot, and I was like, oh, I'm on fire. This is great. So I'm like 8 species in, brilliant. This is great. And then I get to, I think didn't get a corky. That's what it was. I was catching a few more tom pots and stuff. Went over, and bear in mind, obviously, it's just getting dark now. I think I probably skipped out a little bit, and I managed to pick out a ballon. That's one thing I did miss. I before I did that, I teased myself even more because I went out and I definitely had gillhead bream bites.
Oh.
So this is when I went to the other side before I started bit, and I think Paul Egg had said to me that there was like a shoal of gillheads had been out there. And,
yeah.
And so I thought, okay, I'll go out that way and hopefully get a weaver. And basically I had my lure nicked multiple times, and I just basically I don't know what I did. I don't know if the weight was too much or the hook wasn't sharp enough or whatever it was. I hooked him a couple of times, came off, got that proper bream jabby fight. And I basically just didn't get them. So that annoyed me even more. So basically I needed those 4 species, 5 species, whatever it was, from hail. That really helped me. So I was on like 9 species, I think, when I left there.
That's decent going, especially in those conditions, isn't it?
Yeah. I think you went to Falmouth, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Obviously, first time we'd done it in separate cars, isn't it? So we had that option of going different directions if we needed to. So, I didn't fancy hail. And figured figured I'd go down to Falmouth. There's a few other guys had the same idea. I bumped into Lucas. Chris was down there again. Tim Brewer was there. So we were sort of all fishing the same spot for trying to tick off our wrasse, really. And that was fishing well, actually. It was sort of an hour or two before dark, and I think that it was sort of having their last little feed up before it got dark.
Nice.
Lots of ballons, small ballons there. Small pollock, nice corky there. Obviously, Lucas was whipping out fish after fish.
Like he does. Yeah,
like he does. Tim was after a ballon. He got his at some point. Chris was putting out gobies to my right, I think. But yeah, then we moved around to Custom House as it got dark, and that's when the rain. I think the first spot we were at, the wind was behind us, and there was there's a decent sized building behind you, and you're a little bit of shelter. But once we got a little bit more out in the open, it was really hard going, and we all sort of tried to get down some sort of steps for some sort of shelter. But it was tough. The rain started to get through. I think Lucas said I need a tom pot. Caught a tom pot, of course.
Of course he did.
I was getting tom pot bites, couldn't hit that, but I did pick up a couple of little gold cinny. So that was a useful tick anyway.
Yeah.
And then we all sort of started getting a bit demoralised by the rain, so decided to go and get a bite to eat and just get out of the rain for a bit.
Yeah.
Actually had a nice bit of tapas with Lucas.
Yeah, that's what I called you. I was like, "What are you up to?" You goes, "I'm just going to get some tapas with Lucas." And I was like, "Okay, okay. I like the vibe. A bit different."
It was literally we just looked for the first place that looked like it served food and would let us in.
Yeah.
With our soaking wet stuff.
Reprobates like you.
Yeah, that was quite nice, but it was hard to get going after that.
Yes, I know. Yeah, because you didn't.
I didn't. No. Just before we left, Lucas was like, might try for a pout. And I was like, all right, yeah, I need a pout. Went and got a pout. Thankfully, quite quickly, and got out of there. It wasn't even that late by our standards, but
no, it wasn't. No.
Called it a day.
Yeah, because I called you, and basically I was literally I've got some pretty decent waterproofs, and my coat was good, but my trousers were completely soaked through. Like I've never had that before. Like, and basically they were complete. So I had to change them in my car in a Falmouth car park, arse out. And that was a bit of fun. Yeah, and then because my shoes were completely sodden as well, but obviously I didn't have any choice of them.
Yeah.
So basically, I had wet feet, but I had dry legs again, which is nice, and a dry body. And then when out to where you guys had been, saw Tim there. He was sheltered from the wind, and there was like a weird clear bit where the wind was going so far over. Yeah, it was like almost like calm underneath there, but it was pretty dead. There wasn't much going on.
No.
And I was like, I need to do something. I'm like, I can't come to Falmouth and not catch anything, Yeah. So I had a little walk around and stuff. I was really struggling with like my decision making and stuff. And obviously, because you're so wet and you're so cold, and it means if I wasn't crazy cold, but obviously you're so uncomfortable.
It's just that once you get wet, that's it, isn't it? It's really hard.
Yeah, it's Atlantic storm, isn't it? So yeah, they're not bitterly cold. They're just so wet and brutal,
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I thought I'll go Prince of Wales Pier just as like give it a go.
That was brave.
Yeah, and I went there, and that was interesting because you always see some sights there. Like going there on your own is like a bit of like a take your life in your hands.
Yeah, fair play to you.
I'm thinking, well, it can't be that bad because it's really bad weather. Like, surely you're not going to get like drunk idiots out in the on the pier. And then as I'm going out, and I said this to you at the time, there's like it almost looked, this girl, and she's never going to listen to this, I'm sure, but like she was like standing at the very end, and she was not wearing any like sensible clothing, just basically a dress, and like she had like ginger hair. She looked like some weird like oil painting like kind of ghost or something like that. She was being like blasted by the wind, and I was like, what the is going on here? Thinking this is really strange. I mean, again, but I've got to go to this spot. Like that's the only spot I can fish. I can't really avoid it. So because obviously you have to go off the end because the wind was going right behind you. So I get that. I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm just enjoying, just having a moment." And I'm thinking, "Okay, you must be so drunk because it's horrible." I said, "I'm laid up. I'm suffering here. Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." And we ended up having quite a lot. She knew quite a lot about fish, which was quite interesting.
Okay.
We ended up chatting for a while, and then she disappeared. But I caught a pout first cast, and we talked about pout for a bit, and basically all I could catch was pout. It was just pout. Couldn't catch anything else. Yeah, which is quite, again, that's another species that for me has not always been very reliable in Cornwall.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I've definitely missed out on pout in a few of the Cornish-based comps.
Yeah, I stuck it out there and also again, I don't think I got one during the Dorset Lure Festival either. So that was these are all species that I was kind of really happy to tick off. But but I wasn't enjoying my fishing. Like, it was hard.
No, anyone who enjoyed that in those conditions is some sort of madman.
Yeah, yeah. I think that girl was definitely on that sort of radar. But there was. I stuck out there too long. I could have easily just packed up and gone home. Obviously, in hindsight, it's easy to say that.
Yeah.
But I drove back, and then obviously you're already in bed by that point.
Yes, gratefully in the warm and dry.
Yeah, so staying at the travel lodge, which we didn't go completely like bougie, and we didn't go like rough like we've done before.
Pretty safe.
Pretty safe,
cost-effective decision, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we probably would have preferred Premier Inn, but we were trying to be a little bit, careful, a bit frugal.
Yeah, it wasn't awful. It was somewhere to sleep. The heater worked, which was useful.
Yes. It was like a big room. I had plenty of space to hang all my soaking wet clothes. That was good.
Yeah. Surprisingly spacious bathrooms, I thought, actually.
Well, I thought it was not too bad. I think I was quite pleased with it all. So we obviously have done all that, and we're like, we'll meet up tomorrow and we'll have a proper plan and we'll fish together again.
Yeah.
It was weird. And again, this is what I wish I hadn't done, because I do really like the social side of things in these comps, and like I'd spent too long in some of these places and put myself out of sync with you guys, which is and not really benefited from it. I wouldn't have minded if I had like three more species or something like that.
Yeah, I know that you were beating yourself up at times, but I think like it is one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes you take that gamble and it pays off, and you buy yourself 3 or 4 species and it's worth it. It's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It was the gamble, and obviously with the wind and everything, I think it just made it like, I think the gamble when the weather's all right it's fine, because you're not getting yourself out in the open being abused by the weather. But yeah, it definitely was. I wasn't feeling as confident about I basically, as I drove away from Padstow, I was thinking I can win this 100%. I'm like,
confident.
I'm going to win this thing. And then by the time I left Hale, I was like, I'm going to come like bottom. It's not good.
That was never going to happen, man.
No, but still, like, you feel like that sort of spiral of negativity.
Yeah. Does crazy things to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think, also because I haven't done the CLF in so long, I just really wanted to sort of, give it a damn good go. And obviously I did.
And you did. Yeah.
It's just funny. So the morning we woke up, had a bit of breakfast at Cornwall Services, just down the road from us.
Yeah, that was right. Not as good as the first day's breakfast.
Oh, first day's breakfast was good. We didn't mention that. Was it Tim's place?
Yeah, Tim's place. What a breakfast.
In Wadebridge.
Thoroughly recommend.
Yeah. I had truffled scrambled eggs.
You did. That looked good.
I'm a very bougie bloke.
Yeah, of course. Classic Bassett.
Yeah, that was nice. That was. And a very friendly waitress who was trying to talk to us about who's the better angler, which was very funny.
Awkward.
Well, I mean, it's awkward when the answer's obvious, and proven by the fact we both finished on 20 species.
Yeah.
So we both match up quite evenly. But we decided to give Mevagissey a go, didn't we? That was the plan.
Yes. Yeah. We sort of looked at the wind, hadn't we, and sort of figured that one side of the wall would give us a bit of shelter from the increasingly strong gale force winds that were coming across.
Yes. Yeah. And they were absolutely, like, that was biblical at times.
Yeah. I think it's easy to exaggerate, but I think it's fair to use that word on that day.
It was like, because it was amazing, because like there were moments when it was like actually beautiful. It was like
almost pleasant.
The sun came out, blue skies. I'm thinking, this is nice. And then 2 minutes later, it is like sideways hail coming over the top of you. You got lightning. It's like, it's absolutely intense. And we basically just tucked into the wall, just on the harbour, just like trying to stay dry.
Yeah. It was actually as good a bit of shelter as you could wish for without a roof over your head, wasn't it? Like, it really was, in terms of its position.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's seen the photos or the videos that we put out, they were like properly ridiculous conditions to fish.
Yeah.
And if you got too close on the edge at the end, it was actually quite dangerous. So
there was a few warnings flying about, weren't there? Like, don't go too close. Because it was enough to move you, wasn't it? Like the wind, sort of, even when you were trying to sort of brace yourself for it. Which is, it was not safe.
No. And the fishing was slow as well. It wasn't it made it. That was kind of like, kind of really wanted it to be like full of mackerel and garfish there, but it wasn't.
No,
At
it
that
was a
stage,
slog all day, wasn't it?
it was, and we stayed there a long time because it was basically there was nowhere else to go.
No,
Really,
no, that's it.
it was. Yeah, I think I. I mean, what like? Well, basically, you could start because you got the first fish.
Yeah, so we went for dragonet, didn't we, to start
Mm,
with at the spot.
yeah,
Um,
we've got
they
a very
weren't quite.
reliable spot there.
Yeah, they weren't really sort of having it as they normally would they? It's normally sort of in and
No,
out job, really finicky bites. It's hard to sort of feel what was going on as well with a bit of swell, bit of breeze, wasn't there, sort of thing.
yeah,
But I did thankfully get a dragonet quite quickly there.
you did, and I was very envious.
I mean, I was confident you were going to get one as well because it's usually so reliable, isn't it? But lots
Yeah,
of people came and struggled there.
it did. Yeah, I mean, I struggled. I spent ages and ages on it, and I was really like grumpy about it myself. And like, God, it's like because normally, like, as you say, it's a banker spot, so like, so you just drop it down there. Another
Yeah.
thing I thought was going to be a banker as well is just as you reel it up, I thought it'd be pollock straight away.
Yes. Yeah.
And there was not a pollock to be seen along that.
No,
Yeah,
and they were weirdly scarce all weekend, weren't they?
they were weird because like I only like about a month beforehand I'd fished the same mark and been absolutely swamped by them.
Yeah, weird. Because obviously I got one early on Falmouth, and Lucas was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I need a pollock." I was like, "Well, we're going to get them at Foy, or we're going to get them at Mever," and they
yeah.
never really turned up anywhere, did they?
No, you had to really search them out. It was a
Yeah.
bizarre thing. Which is I mean I think it's like we said before, I think we said with the Dorset Lure Festival, it's kind of like it seems to me that the pollock and parrot and things get really hit hard by the squid.
Yeah, and I think they're affecting the fishing in a lot of places at the moment.
Yeah.
I fished
So like,
Brixham the other day, and the squid are in numbers, and it was noticeable that there weren't many bites forthcoming through most of the tide.
they definitely affect the behaviour of the fish, don't they? Especially
Yeah,
the sort of the stuff we're after in particular.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess no fish wants to get like grabbed by tentacles and bit.
You can understand it, can't you?
Yeah, I can understand that. And like a small pollock is not really going to be a match for a sort of half a foot long squid.
No, terrifying thought actually.
Yeah, it's terrifying, and yeah, I don't blame him. But so, because if you looked at on the end of Never on the wall, there was basically all squid ink everywhere.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think you catch them.
the evidence was there, wasn't it?
It was so, but yeah, so we slogged on. There was quite a funny, obviously. I don't know if you want to tell the story of what happened to your car.
Oh yeah, this was actually low point of the weekend, genuinely.
It was.
I'd wandered off, and I in search of, well, just to see what was about the other side of the harbour, really.
Yeah.
There wasn't much going on, but I saw the big old clouds coming over, and I could hear the claps of thunder. So I made my way back towards the shops and sort of just got under a little roof to try and get some shelter. As the storm hit, thunder, lightning, torrential rain, hailstones, and was obviously got a little video of that. But unaware at the time that I'd left my car window open when I'd parked up. It was taking the full force of this, and it was positioned perfectly, wasn't it, to
It
embrace the storm.
It was actually I really I was, so the worst part about it is you'd walk past your car
Yes.
like you hadn't even noticed the window was open.
Yeah.
And so I went back and I think I was going around. I don't know what I was doing that. So I went to the car and put my water rod away or something to go walk around. And I called you and I was like, "Your window's open, mate." And you were like, "Oh no." And you came over and it was obviously devastating. Like it's such a brutal thing to happen. And if it happened to me, I'd be so angry. But I was absolutely killing myself laughing inside.
Yeah, I could hear the laughter in your voice, even though you weren't fully laughing when you called me.
I was just like, this is such a stupid thing to do. And
Yeah,
like,
it
when it
was
happens to
stupid.
someone else, you're just like pleased it isn't you. You know, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it still puts a smile on my face now.
Yeah, I can laugh now, but yeah, the point I was like, oh god, because there's that sort of that morning I sort of got a hunch that my clutch was going in the car as well. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not happening for me. But these things happen,
Yeah.
and it has dried
Your
out
car
now.
was like, that's good because we're speaking like a week later, and it's.
Yeah,
I was hoping it would have dried out by now because it was properly like you had a pool. You could have fished in your
in the footwell.
Yeah, footwear. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It does smell a bit funky still, but
I can imagine.
these
Yeah,
things happen.
smells of a Never-Gissy storm.
Yes, unique smell.
As a unique store. Yeah. So, we'll try to think what I got there.
You,
I got a corky. I got a nice corky actually. The corkies were far out. Weirdly, they were on there as
yeah.
like a little reef. They weren't close in at all, but they were nice size. And so
You
got
got a
one of
mackerel?
those. I did get a mackerel. I was very pleased about that. Yeah,
Mm,
basically just I was using the wind, just cast out a Savage Gear flat line because I mean, it's my go-to in competitions for metal fishing, really.
yeah.
Impossible to get hold of, pretty much. I think, except for one of the sponsors of the weekend, Low and Chai, have them.
They've got some in there. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we can tell you that they've gone, but they're really expensive.
I
Yeah,
think are they discontinued now? So that'll be the
yeah,
limited stock that they've got in there, wouldn't it? Yeah.
yeah. We wanted to get more in, but we can't get them because they're discontinued because pure fishing are silly. You know,
Yeah. Agreed.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, they've got a brilliant product, and they should definitely be making more of them. But
Yeah. 100%.
yeah. Anyway, so I was casting out with that, and yeah, and I got really nice, proper solid mackerel. One of those ones where you grab it and it's just all muscle, like really thick
Yeah.
flesh.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. I got that one in reasonably quickly. I had Steve rolling alongside me, and it was good. Yeah, that was sort of lifted the spirits a little bit again because mackerel, you just don't know if that's going to be a bogey fish or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Easily can be, can't it?
Yeah, especially when the conditions are like that, because you can't. There's some banker spots you just can't go to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but that was big. They stayed deep. I was obviously working the metal on a sort of fluttery drop, really deep. As deep as basically I kept catching the kelp. That's how I knew I was.
That's brave with a flat line.
Yeah, well, I thought, it's that kind of weather. You just got to try
12
your
quid a
best.
piece now.
I know, ridiculous. I mean, I'll just be going for more and more as well.
Yeah. Gold dust.
Indeed. So I then walked around. I tried to get a scorp. Couldn't get a scorp. The ground there looks amazing. I've actually never fished on the other arm.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I should really try that a bit more often because it looks really nice there.
Yeah.
Just a proper trek.
Yeah, it is longer than you think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I did like 20,000 steps that day. It was mostly to do with Mavagissy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Anyway, went round and yeah, caught a pollock finally, which is nice.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a shanny. So I was just like, so I think I said to you, I'm just going to go over to the Foy area and just try around there.
Yeah.
Even though it's not always the best during the day, but you just never know.
No, that's it. Yeah, it's always capable of throwing up a nice fish or two, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is where I through like these two species. Well, no, definitely one. I got there. I decided not to go to the spot which I went there for, which is so stupid. I basically just changed my mind, and then I went to another spot and I hooked a garfish, and I thought, okay, brilliant. I've hooked one to come off. That's quite normal for garfish. Fine. Cast out again. Hooked, got into a fish. Proper hauled it in. Think it's a garfish. Mackerel. I'm thinking, great. Okay, so and I cast it again and again and again and again. Got nothing. And I'm like, okay. Pulled out a tom pot there though. And
did you?
That was one you needed.
Whatever.
But I didn't need it. And I was trying for a scorp for ages. Couldn't get a scorp. Trying for a dragonet. Couldn't get a dragonet. Trying for a flounder. Couldn't get a flounder. So I'm like walking back in to the town. I picked up a shanny, which I was really pleased about because obviously that's one of the ones just I needed.
Yep.
Steady ones. So I think I'm on like 11 at this point, maybe 12. Yeah, 12. Yeah. 12. That's maybe 13. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, but I wanted it to be like 16.
Yeah, you had bigger plans.
I did have bigger plans. I had plans to go for flounder in a really reliable spot, and I decided not to go for it just because it involves travel to a different spot. I just couldn't. I wasn't sure if I was going to get there, and the wind would be wrong for it.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Looking back on it, I probably should have done that, but still, it's what it is.
Yeah.
And you stuck it out there, didn't you? At Miver?
I did. I stuck it out for a bit. Lucas and
didn't fancy getting into your wet car.
I think that probably played a part in it. Yeah. Lucas and Aaron showed up. It was still slow, but I did. My parking ran out, and I thought I'm just going to get a pasty, I'm going to put an hour on, get a pasty, and try for a shanny as a tide come up the wall. Pasty was good. Caught the shanny quite quickly, and then decided to just have another go on the inside of the harbour, or the break, the wall, or whatever it is. Missed some more tom pot bites, but did get scorp and mackerel on the other side.
Yes.
Me and Aaron both sort of caught our mackerel at the same time, basically. So that was nice. Like you said, they're decent size as well, so
yeah,
a bit of sport as well. So that was cool. And then the light was fading, so headed up over towards Foy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice at Meva, wasn't it? Like various sort of fellow competitors turning up through the day. It was a nice vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's probably not. We haven't really spoken about that, but yeah, the element of just like the social part of it, which I really love, and Meva is normally a spot for that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
And because of the weather, that you didn't get a huge amount of idiots there fishing. I think you had a bit of problems with some idiots turning up fishing.
Oh, it's a bit of a rogue dog situation.
Yeah,
cocking its leg on things and stuff. But yeah, it was a lot quieter than it'd normally be on a Saturday.
Yeah.
In early October. So yeah, that was all right, wasn't it? So we kind of had the place to ourselves most of the day, didn't we?
We did. As people sort of turned up and just yapping about how you're getting on and what you need, what you've caught so far, how's it going. And then we sort of got to Foy, and that was the sort of best time of the whole weekend, really, wasn't it?
It was great, wasn't it? There was a lot of us sort of descended on Foy.
Because it was basically the only place to fish with those wind conditions, really.
Yeah, it made sense, didn't it? But yeah, it was great. The fishing was all right, but just sort of seeing everyone there, helping each other out. People were swapping rods, tackle. Tim Brewer helped me out with a battery because my head torch was on its way out, and I was trying to catch things like painted gobies. And I said before, like Lucas, he's smashing out the species, but he's also like helping people out. Like he was after a dragonet. There's one down there. He tried to help me out with a conger. Spotted a painted goby for me. Like he's great. And as with the rest of the guys, it was it was really nice in Foy that night, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a few sort of like traded fish where we were talking to people and like, the scattered like along here this way, and there's like, talk about Lucas, right?
Yeah.
So there's Lucas. I got down to Tanky. Water's really low.
Yeah.
And I've never caught a scad there. Yeah.
Right.
Lucas had like 2 out in quick succession. No problem at all. And I was casting out the same direction, getting absolutely nothing. Absolutely mad. But I did have a nice red bream there on a easy shiner, which was probably one of my more favorite catches. Not my most favorite, but like certainly up there, just with like a fun one to catch.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, and probably like a word on those red bream that have definitely been, by the way, have been confirmed as red bream / black spot bream.
Can we finally draw a line under that?
I think we can finally draw a line. It needs to be like put on the front page of the Sea Angler or something, because it's doing my head in. They're not auxiliary bream. It's literally been confirmed by the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
So black spot bream is what they are, which you can see those bigger fish that we're catching have got the black spots.
Just to touch on that identification as well, is it right that if it's got a red mouth, it doesn't make it an auxiliary bream?
No, that's a complete myth. No, I don't even know why. That's like, there's no. If you look at any of the biological, like, there must be somewhere where that's recorded as a way of doing it. But like, if basically the guys in the Natural History Museum, it's to do with the teeth and the rays in the dorsal and something like that, and that's how they do it. So we'll
Colour's never a good one to go on, is it? Really?
No. I mean, I was in the aquarium today, and you can see them. Obviously, they've got quite a few in there at the moment, and they almost look like black bream because they've got the stripes on them, and you don't really see the stripes normally.
No, of course.
Aquarium fish always look really strange.
Yeah,
because they're under obviously artificial light and they're fed weird. Yeah. But, the tom pot they've got in there is absolutely stacked. That would be a world record for sure.
Yeah, he's living the life in there.
He is, yeah. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, black spot bream, red bream.
Yeah.
I caught one of those, really buzzing about that because I was on the easy shiner with those, the rock liver, Magecraft rock liver tungsten jig heads, which have got a nice little glow bead as a stopper.
Oh yeah, you showed me that. They look great.
They're really, really good. I can recommend them. They're fantastic. Really sharp hooks as well.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, so I have my scad on that as well, and obviously the red bream. But yeah, it was nice. We were just everyone sort of trading fish, and everyone's just yapping. And I sort of had a little moment where I was on the beach trying to get a dragonet at the time and Al Mundy turned up. And I haven't really fished with Al a huge amount. I've seen him around, but it's good to have a proper chat with him.
Yeah,
he doesn't know Cornwall quite as well as we do, but he was fishing really well because he's like he's a nutter of an angler. He sticks it out in like some crazy fishes all night.
Fishes right through the night, doesn't he?
Yeah, man, he's like an owl. He's incredible. So yeah, he was on like 19 or something at that point.
Yeah, he's flying, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh god, that's like bad. Because I think I was on like 14 or 15 or something at this point, maybe even 16. But yeah, it wasn't good. But anyway, I couldn't get a dragonet. Got the tiny painted gobies that were in the shallows. Yeah. I had a face off with like a couple of tiny flounder that were basically like if I was a dishonest angler, I could have literally just picked them up. They were that close.
Wow.
They were literally just there waiting to be like picked up. I could almost coming out of the water. And I just couldn't get them to persuade them to take a snake.
That must have killed you.
It was really hurting me at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were sort of going back and forth chat with Al, and I walked over. Really wanted the scorp, but I needed a dragonet first. I walked onto Town Quay, and everyone's lined up there, like microfishing. Yeah. And there's loads of dragonets there. And poor Chris Hunter, he's basically being like teased by these couple of dragonets, and they're kind of coming at him. And I just basically went, oh, you got loads of dragonets there. Is it okay if I drop in as well? And he goes, yeah, of course. He's like a really nice guy. Yeah. Drop in, immediately takes mine. Like literally, there was no hesitation. I just pulled it up, and he's like, oh. I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm really happy.
I bumped into him later on, and he was swearing about dragonets and a couple of other species. I think he had a bit frustrating time there, didn't he?
So yeah, he was swearing about the dragonets. Did he get one in the end?
I'm not sure. But no. I think he had a frustrating evening.
He did. Yeah, they are frustrating fish. Weird little fish, really, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Yeah, funny one.
And you need your lure to be. I mean, and I say lure, it's like basically a little tiniest pinch of isom or whatever you're using at the time. Like I was saying to Chris, you want to use something that you can see, because the way they feed, you're almost not going to at that size. You're not going to feel the bite. You basically just have to
strike it as you see them. Yeah,
as you see the lure disappear, you strike basically. Yeah. Microfishing is like an art in itself. It's a very strange way of going about fishing.
Yeah, it feels very different to the sort of LRF that I sort of
enjoy.
Enjoy, yeah. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, very different.
I definitely think microfishing is like. To be fair, there's a real element of microfishing I absolutely love, and I think sometimes I can really, really enjoy it, particularly for stuff like 2 spots or even dragonets when ones are really pretty. But yeah, I definitely prefer going for like slightly bigger ones with like flounder or gurnard or something like that. A bit more.
Yeah.
Something you can try and work out a bit more, I think.
Yeah.
And just have them point and shoot sort of thing. But yeah, it was really good fun watching everybody. And what's stupid about me, okay, is Paul Edgerton turned up, who'd had an absolute disaster of a day.
Oh yeah, bless him. He'd had a real tough time of it, hadn't he?
Yeah, his car had broken down. He'd had like loads of issues. He was in a hire car. He didn't think he was going to carry on. Decided to carry on. Turned up, started like catching fish, just smashing them out
straight into him,
because he's obviously a really class angler.
Yeah.
Basically, like we'll talk about it, but basically he did really, really well. And he basically pointed out he caught a scorp there, and I walked all the way around to another spot for scorps and didn't get one. But then but he had literally been face to face with one. I could have just pointed one out to me. I could have had it. So I didn't get a scorp. And I didn't get a flounder. So weird.
Yeah, it's funny.
And, of course. And Tim pulled out a nice bass, really nice bass, which he on the Ely shad, which is one of his favourite lures for her. And I cast for ages to try and get a bass, could not get one. And I stayed there till super late as well with Paul. It's called Paul Eggington. Paul was egging me on, and his name, and he basically was like, "You can win this." He's like, "You can do this. Like, you can do. What you got to do is go get that scorp, go get that bass. I believe in you." And I was like, "Come on, I'm sorry, this language, but yeah, just like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to go."
Yeah.
And so
He's
I
really great
went.
at that, Paul, isn't he? By the way, like
Oh yeah, he's brilliant.
yeah.
I wish I had a Paul in my pocket who
Yeah.
could just like, it could persuade me to just carry on when I'm feeling a bit like, nah, I'm not going to bother,
Yeah.
I was really cooked at this point. I was so tired, and everyone had sort of started filtering away and disappearing. And it's like, it's not quite as fun when you do it on your own,
No.
But anyway, I caught some. I was fishing sort of under the lights and stuff and catching a massive mackerel. I was going for bass, but there was some really big mackerel around.
Yeah, nice, but not what you wanted.
Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. So you packed up and left. What time did you roughly go?
I want to say it's still probably. I must have been close to 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd done all right. Like, I still couldn't get the tom pot. Spent a little time fishing with Aaron for sand smelt.
Oh yeah.
Which I managed, and he helped me out with a small red bream.
Yeah.
Because I was really struggling to see anything really.
They were much smaller though. They were the ones last year, weren't they?
Yeah. I got like rock goby, painted goby. I got my scad.
Nice.
So I didn't do too bad in foy, but I didn't really want to know what was. It was really bass that I missed out on there. That's when I left. I was fishing with you, and we were trying for bass.
Yes.
And it wasn't really happening at that point, was it?
No.
You didn't mention the fact that you caught a couple more gurnard there either, which stung a bit for me.
I think I actually forgot about that. That was one of the sort of fun parts of the weekend was my ability to pull gurnard out of spaces which I didn't expect to, and while you really needed one.
Yeah, it was sort of. I guess it was revenge for a much shorter session earlier in the year.
Yeah, but you had basically I spread out 4 gurnard and nearly 5 over a whole weekend, whereas you caught 4 in like 4 minutes in front of me, basically.
Yeah, I almost feel like you've gone away to gurnard boot camp, like with a mission and for revenge, and totally rub-facing it.
Been training hard. Do you know what's funny though? Is like I caught quite a few gurnard over the Dorset Lure Festival as well. Like probably, I think again 4 or 5, and they were better size, bigger ones. As you often do in Dorset, but that was. So I've had a really good month for gurnard, which I hadn't had one until the Dorset Lure Festival.
Well, it came at the right time, didn't they?
It did, in the comps, which is always nice. I was really pleased about that. But that was so that was quite fun. A little bit of a fun little battle we had.
Yeah, fair play, mate.
Definitely. So I think I walked away from there. I'm trying to think how many species I was on. Would have been 19, I think. I was trying to get 20. That's what it was. I desperately trying to get 20. I was on 19.
Yeah. I think I finished on 18 that night. So you were one up on me at that point.
But like it was 19, and like that sounds like a decent amount. But like I was really, really like annoyed with myself, like for being only on 19.
Yeah, I could see you were annoyed the next morning, to be honest.
I was, I was kind of deciding on what to do, because I was like, do I like go on a wild one and just like drive away from you and everyone else and just try and catch some species somewhere else, or do I go with everyone else and just enjoy the last few hours?
Yeah.
And I was really tired. I hadn't had a lot of sleep, and I thought, you know what, I'll just have a social one with you, and and hope you don't get like 2 more amazing species that are going to like put loads of pressure on me.
Yeah,
which is what happened.
Yeah, not planned.
Okay, it's worth saying. This is the point where it's saying, like, you said to me, you'd not had that luck, like where just like a random species just jumped on your hook that just wasn't expecting.
Yeah. Like I think we both agree to do well in these competitions, you got to have a couple of lucky moments, haven't you? Where you catch something you hadn't planned for, or you have a little run of luck where things just go your way, and you notch up a few species. And yeah, and until that point, I just felt like I'd grafted for every fish. Sort of no real surprises had come. It was. I wasn't devastated at how I'd done, but I knew that I hadn't really sort of pulled anything magical out of the bag at that point, or had any lucky rolls or anything.
But then things changed. So back going for Gurnard.
Yeah, back going for Gurnard. Things were going as before. You were putting out Gurnard, I wasn't. And I tried everything. I was metals and chebs, different soft plastics, straight drop shot, snooded drop shot, split shot, everything. Had a couple of snags, weirdly, in a largely clean harbour. So I thought, right, I'm just going to go snooded drop shot, fish it slow, work every inch of that. Well, as much of that harbour as you can from that side, really. But bit of gold pour isomi threaded on with the magical bait needle, so you hooks out the end, so you're not missing anything. And still searching for Gurnard, getting lots of sand goby bites, and then a slightly different bite, which I missed the first time, and then I hit, and I didn't know what it was, obviously, and as I saw it come off, I thought, it's a whiting. That's handy. That's an extra one. As I brought it up, it was turned out to be a little red mullet. So
I know. Oh my god, what a moment!
Yeah. Obviously, as a lifer, buzzing at that. It's one I've always really quite fancied as well. It's a nice one.
Yes.
It's you don't see that many get caught. So yeah, it was nice. Everyone sort of come round, didn't they, as well, and have a little look. You took the usual high quality photos quickly.
Got to.
Yeah, thank you.
I was at that point now. So that's where I'm just like, wow, that's like such a cool one. Like, it's obviously you do have the envious nature of like, well, I wish I'd caught that. I wish I was going to catch it, but like, see you catch that. Yeah, but yours, it was really beautifully coloured. Yours as well, like really nicely marked in the belly.
Yeah.
We talked about this. And they're striped red mullet, aren't they? Sir mullet.
Yes. Yeah, that's the correct name, isn't it?
Yeah, we've for some reason we call them red mullet in this country, but they're not quite. Like there's a red mullet, which is a Mediterranean species, I believe.
Yeah, a plain red mullet or something, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't realise that. I was only because I was talking to Scott Hutchinson, who knows a lot more about these things than I do, and he said about striped mullet, red mullet, and that he's not aware that anyone's caught a plain red mullet in the UK. So
fair play.
That was an interesting new thing to learn. So I caught my first ever striped red mullet.
Amazing, man. So that was obviously put like I'm still thinking, okay, well, that's it. We're going to match on 19 species. I just have to go around. I'm thinking, God, there's nothing here I can really go for. Thinking I'm not going to get a red mullet. There's no way. So I was walking around different bits. As I just went past you, just pulled out what I thought was going to be a gurnard. So the proper like jagged
fighting quite hard. It's a bit bigger than the gilt heads I've caught in the past, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were there on hand with the net, thankfully.
I was, yeah.
But yeah, right until it come to the top, I assumed it was a gurnard, just because I didn't expect that it would be a gilt head bream.
And it wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't one of those like really tiny ones that we see and we've caught already this year.
No, it wasn't huge, was it? It was sort of what, palm size? Would you say?
Palm size, yeah, more a fun size gilt.
Yeah, nice little fish.
Could do a few more of those, I think.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but that's really cool. So it's like you're on 20 species, and I was proper like quite grumpy with myself at this point. I'm thinking, not grumpy with you, of course. I was just like grumpy with myself, thinking, you've really thrown this one bad.
Yeah, you were really voicing your frustrations at that point. You're like, really cross with myself, I thought,
I was really annoyed.
Decisions I've made this weekend.
Yeah, I think obviously, taught me the Dorset Lure Festival was the same thing. I think there's a few decisions there which annoyed me that could have done better. And I just felt like a symptom of that, just overthinking things or not thinking about things enough. But anyway, I was a little bit on the grumps on the low around that. And as it's getting close to 12 o'clock, which is obviously the cut-off time for when you can catch fish, I went over, basically thought, well, I'll just go really, really small and soft and just see if I can pick up a gillhead or a red mullet on the off chance. And yeah, I got really, really close in. And basically, I was using a bit of like the thin gulp clear camo, which
Yeah.
is threaded right to the very end. So obviously, basically anything biting is going to get hooked. And yeah, I was getting goby, and I got that slightly different rattle that was a little bit heavier. Pulled it up, and I, immediately the profile was like a baby bass because they're
Yeah,
quite
because
thick.
it was pretty much in your hand, and you were still like, "What's that? A little bass?" Or
Yeah,
weren't you?
yeah. So it basically just came up, and I was like, because I couldn't believe that I'd actually caught a red mullet.
Yeah,
Um, that was mind blowing to me. Absolutely mind
yeah.
blowing.
It was great to see that. I loved that, and it was literally
Yeah,
was your last cast, wasn't it? Because
literally last.
the
Yeah,
Tom Stafford's alarm went off to sort of signal the
so it
end,
was
wasn't
over.
it?
Yeah, so basically, I was like,
And as you were
quickly
like
took photos.
photographing it, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, and on my timestamp on my phone when I take a picture, it's literally 12 o'clock when that
Yeah,
happened.
amazing.
Amazing. So I uploaded it, and yeah, that was really just amazing. I was like 20 species buzzing, made up for all the slog and the wetness and the terrible decisions and all the grumpiness I've been feeling. Because I actually realize how competitive I am when we do these things.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
thrive on it, don't you? Though.
yeah, I do enjoy it. Yeah, it's fun. And it's kind of like you don't do it very often. I definitely felt out of the game this year. Obviously coming back into it.
Yeah, no, it felt like it was the Bassett of old back, the old competitive ways. It was good.
Bit of the fire
Bit of
back in
healthy
me.
competition. Good
Yeah,
for it, isn't it?
yeah, that's good. And so we both finished on 20,
Yeah.
and that put us. So basically, I think it was in joint fourth. I think is that right?
Yeah, because obviously Lucas smashed it out of the park.
Of
24
course.
species.
I mean, I think yeah, that's just. I mean, what a genius.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and I get the feeling he wasn't really trying.
Well, yeah, like I said, he put a lot of time into helping out other people.
Yeah,
He was pretty relaxed. He wasn't sort of flying around. He was sort of enjoying the social,
yeah,
and missed out on a few that he wanted. So God knows what he could have got on a good week again where he was going full blast.
yeah. No, what amazing! And like 24 species with that weather is really impressive.
Yeah, yeah, amazing.
Very, very good. So, and then it was a tie between Paul Edgington and Al Mundy, wasn't it, for second place?
Yes,
And then
they
was
had
it?
21 each, didn't they?
Yeah, who got second? Who
I
was
think Al got second
Al
on
got
the
second? Yeah,
species point
yes,
system.
rarest species. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got some good ones, didn't he? Like eel and stuff.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he got.
Yeah,
I guess it's a different sort of selection of species if you're fishing through the night rather than
yeah.
fishing in the day.
Weirdly, I think he got that during the day, but he's just an absolute madman. But yeah, congratulations to him and then to Paul. Paul really like what he did was absolutely astonishing. Like to
Yeah,
find
who knows how many he would have got if he hadn't. What, did he miss all of Saturday basically, or?
all of Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
absolutely
yeah,
amazing.
and he got some cool ones, didn't he? Like clingfish,
Yeah,
a
yeah. He
couple of
fished further
others.
down. He was further down. He got stuck basically down further down in Cornwall, and
Right.
yeah, incredible. Fair play to him. That's amazing. I yeah, I think the whole thing was turned out to be a real success. Really, I mean, after all the weather, and I'm glad Ben didn't call it off
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
because
think
it was fishable and nobody got hurt. And obviously we got the tail end of the storm. We weren't really fully in it, were we?
no. We could have been further north, and it would have been dangerous, wouldn't it? But no, I think you just got to have a bit of trust in the people taking part to be sensible and not
Yeah.
be silly about it. But yeah, I think as I said to you, although the conditions were wild, fishing was hard. It's actually one of my favourite CLFs.
Yeah, and I think like for me, 'cause obviously I was basically being super hard on myself. Like I think at the time I didn't feel like that, but in reflection, I really
Yeah,
enjoyed it. There was such like really good moments that I really like loved, and and obviously beating you on the Gurnard was basically a trophy in itself.
well, yeah, you can have that one, mate. I'll be back for it.
You will, I'm sure you will. You won't fish me next time for sure. So obviously we've spent a long time talking about that because it's a lot to talk about. So I don't think we'll talk about the Dorset Festival in quite the same way.
Yeah. Can I just say before we go there, just shout
Oh,
out Tim
sorry, yeah,
Brewer. Tim Brewer, who
yeah,
got 20 species as well in the CLF. Um,
yes,
you know, he's not from that part of the world either, is he? He's um,
no,
not
no,
fished the CLF many times, I don't think.
No, and he's also just I think he's a really just a lovely bloke.
Yeah,
And I've
yeah, it was a pleasure
well, to be
to
fair,
meet him.
our whole scene that we're a part of is just full of lovely people. We've said it so many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim is definitely one of those characters. It was good to see Charlie Sebbage as well. There, he
Oh
didn't get.
yeah,
I think he
bless
burnt his
him.
toe. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I saw him at Padstow at the start, and obviously didn't see him for the rest of the weekend. I wondered, what had happened, and then I saw his
Yeah,
post, and I was like, "Oh no, mate!" It's
I
like,
know. I think there was a couple of lads who basically dropped out after the very first mark, basically because it was just so bad, and I can
yeah,
understand. I can understand if you've come a long way and don't really know what you're doing. Like it's a lot to commit to, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, yeah, it is,
Not
and
not everyone's as insane as we are.
no, no, you can't blame him, can you? And it's not the
No,
worst decision in the world to take maybe the safer option and go out of the rain and do something a bit more sensible.
yeah, no, I don't blame them at all. God.
No,
Yeah, so is that the Cornish Lure Festival roundup? I
I
think.
think so. Yeah, I just felt I need to give Tim a shout out because he,
You're spot on, 100%. Yeah,
20
yeah,
20 species, and he's. I know how pleased he was to get that as well, and it's well deserved, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. That's fair. Well done to everybody who stuck it out and did really well in that. I think it was just yeah, some amazing angling took part. I think, and just some really good company.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. Yeah, from
Yeah,
start to
enjoyed
finish, really
and
enjoyed it.
just stupid weather.
Yeah, ridiculous weather, and obviously
Um,
thanks to Ben and his team, for,
yeah,
for putting it on and
yeah, exactly.
doing a great job of it as always.
Yeah, and again, the presentation looked amazing as you would expect from him.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well done to him. So yeah, on to the Dorset Lure Festival, which again we combined with the Weekender,
Yeah.
as everyone will know. So I think obviously we won't look. That's not going to talk about this in like absolute detail. I think just generally your feelings about it. Was there anything that stuck out and anything
Um,
from?
Obviously, being the Dorset Lure Festival, we wanted to support that, didn't we? So we
Yes,
fished Dorset for the
yeah.
weekend for the first time.
Mm.
It was tough, wasn't it?
It was really tough. Yeah, we didn't have great weather on that, did we? Very high
No,
winds.
very high winds. Obviously, we're winging it a fair bit, weren't we? Because we don't really know the area very well.
No.
Um, but I mean, it was again a different sort of challenge, which sort of added something in its own special
Yeah,
way.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it had some good moments. I mean, the garfish. I think the garfish and gurnard from the beach for me that was really, especially after it took us ages to find them.
Yeah, yeah. I think we probably agreed on a change in strategy for that sort of fishing in the future, haven't we?
Yes.
Basically, just leave it to the last hour of the day.
Yeah, we basically we were at the beach way too early,
Yeah,
basically. But we could have gone out somewhere else and picked up more species. But we've for me as well, it highlights as well. I got my first balons from the shore.
yes, yeah. You've been waiting for that one, haven't
I've
you?
been waiting for that for a long time, and again, that was completely down to Chris's bait needles.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, because in fact, I used a bit of angle worm, and I had the hook right in the very end, and I only had like two knocks basically before I struck, and yeah, got my fish. I was so happy, so
brilliant.
happy.
Yeah,
And I think for me as well, and I don't want to jump ahead, but like Matt Drake, just watching Matt Drake do what he did, I think was just amazing. Like I know he knows Dorset really well, and like, but and he had a good advantage, but like he just fished like a king. He was so
yeah.
good.
Absolutely smashed it, didn't he?
He said to me on the Sunday, he basically said, um, he said, I've just had one of those weekends where I've left nothing behind. Where he basically just been like so lucky, and like everything's gone off, like, everything's gone for he's got,
Yeah,
and it's just one of those like amazing moments to come together and just smash it.
yeah. Fair play to him because he
Yeah, and
truly did smash it, didn't
yeah, I think he got to 25 species. I think in the end, didn't he?
he? Yeah, which is
Which I think,
mad, isn't it?
yeah, because I got 16.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What did you finish on within the time frame of the Dorset Lure Festival?
What did I get at West Bay? Um,
Three.
Weaver, Whiting.
Yeah, so we finished at what? We finished,
I
taking
think
part in the weekend.
14, maybe 14 in the
Yeah, I think 14. You said, yeah,
Dorset.
because God, that was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
We were both like 16 and 14 is just like we said it's like our first go at the Cornish Lure Festival.
yeah. It was. It was. I did feel like a novice, to be honest with you. I was,
Yeah,
just. pretty deflated with my total, but I think, like, looking back, you know, I don't really know. You know, I fished Swanage probably 2 or 3 times before. I fished Weymouth maybe once or twice a year.
Yes.
Like, you probably fished it even less, maybe.
Much
Or
less. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, like, we don't know the area, and you can't expect fish to just fall into your lap, can you? You got to work it out.
No, that's it. Yeah, and there's quite a few things where I think the weather on Saturday night was just awful.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah, and we chose an early night, didn't we?
we chose night. We had a nice dinner, lovely dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Elsie, not forgetting Ollie, of course. Ollie was with us. My
Oh
brother.
yeah, he always
He
makes
was,
it a whole, a whole lot better, does Ollie?
yeah, he was great company. Really, really, really picked us up quite a few times.
He
But
did.
also, he gave me a lot of kicking for like basically staying too long in spots. For like, he's like, you got to move. You got to move.
Yeah, he's probably right.
Yeah, he's probably right. Yeah, he was quite hard on me. It was quite funny. But yeah, he was good fun. And
Yeah, he was
basically,
great.
yeah. But he didn't. He stayed in bed while we went out for the probably our most enjoyable. Well, one I'd say it was just because for nice conditions and everything. The early morning start.
Yeah, that was nice actually.
Yeah,
That was probably I've felt good after that little morning session.
yeah,
I think, like,
yeah. I think the Sunday was my favorite day. Really.
yeah, yeah. Especially first thing, there wasn't much wind, was there? It was quite
No.
pleasant. First light, and fishing was pretty good, wasn't it, for the first hour or so?
Yeah, and I got a scat out, which I was really happy with. Basically, in the sunlight as it's just coming up, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. I did.
Proper.
I know. I lost a couple of fish. I think probably shoddy knots, to be honest.
Horrible feeling.
Yeah. But yes, but despite that, caught a half decent pollock, despite what the young lad that joined us told me.
He was also called Richard.
He was also called Richard.
Little Richard.
5-year-old Richard.
He was a menace, bless him.
Yeah.
He wanted to murder every
pollock
fish.
was tiny and he wanted to punch it in the head, but
he also punched me for not catching enough fish.
he did.
Like you were catching fish, and I was catching nothing next to him. He's basically just went up and punched me in the leg, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, he was a character, wasn't
He was a proper character, yeah, and yeah, mad. But we went back. We got obviously well done to Sean Parker for taking on, for doing that competition. First time it's been included LRF.
Yeah, yeah. It was great that he sort of embraced the LRF side, didn't he, and really sort of put the sort of prizes out there for it, didn't he? And yeah, I mean, because obviously his competition's largely around bass, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's great that he sort of included that sort of the LRF side of things, and hopefully it goes from strength to strength. Like,
yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And obviously, we finished it with the Weekender up at the West Bay. Because I went on to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and yeah, I think that was actually really good fun. There was bites galore there.
it was nice to get into sort of some regular bites, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Slob
even if it was just whiting and weaver constantly. But I got a flounder there.
You did get a flounder, yeah.
I was pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Yeah, it was good, really enjoyable. And so we finished that on a high, and then the Weekender was our record ever. Was it best ever performance?
Yeah, beat the species total for global species, didn't we?
Yeah, 169 species, absolutely amazing. Obviously, Donny getting the big win again.
Yeah, he went all out.
Yeah, like this year he's just been incredible. Obviously, won the fundraiser.
He's a man on a mission, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So well done to Donny and all the other winners of that competition, because obviously we had the coolest catches and all that sort of stuff that were done. I think we had good to see anglers in the young lad in America, Aiden, I think he's called.
Yeah.
He's like Fuzzy Duckling or something on.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
On Instagram. And then Lee Jackson in Australia, who got coolest fish.
Yeah, and added about 40 species, didn't he, for our total?
Literally, I think we wasn't it like a quarter of all species were added by him.
Must have been something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Just what a ridiculous performance! Incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm basically makes me want to travel to the northern Australia and fish with crocodiles.
Yeah, what a way to do it.
I know, amazing. Any other thoughts on the Weekender or the Dorset Lurf Festival?
No, again, it's always great to sort of see, obviously Lee in Australia, the guys in America, Fran in Spain got involved in it.
Yeah.
People, Greece, was it? Cyprus?
Yeah.
Just
It's great to see.
sort of great to see a sort of global effort, isn't it? And that there's people getting involved from outside the UK because that's what we'd love to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I always think for them because they really are doing it for just for the love, right? Because
Yeah,
obviously we can't offer so many prizes because it's really really hard to send prizes abroad,
yes,
especially with the way things are with the postal system in the UK, especially since Brexit. It's just awful. So we really struggle. So we're grateful to have HCO who were able to send some prizes abroad from their depot in, I think, the Netherlands. I think they said.
yeah, that was really good of them, wasn't it? Because it is a
Yeah,
headache for us, isn't it, to
yeah,
try and make the international side work prize wise.
and you want it to be have some stake in it and to be interesting for them,
Yeah,
but
totally.
also we can't also just pull loads of money out of our hands and just go just blow that on sending stuff abroad. It's really really hard.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So
It's a free competition, isn't it? We're not,
yeah,
we're not making anything out of it. So,
don't make anything no,
and
no.
no, times are
But
hard, aren't
they are probably a negative to be honest. But it's we do it for the love, and so obviously clearly so many anglers across the world do it for the love as well, and we're
they? Yeah,
so grateful for those who just take part basically to boost the species total, which is the main aim of it anyway.
yeah, absolutely. That's what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, so it goes from strength to strength. Really, I'm really really proud of that little competition that we basically started all.
That's where it was all born, wasn't it? Really, the first
5 years ago.
weekend. Yeah, yeah,
It's really good. So I think we've been chatting long enough. I think, and I think we'll probably wrap this up. But is there anything you wanted to finish on before we?
yeah. No, just basically what you touched on. Thanks to all of our sponsors for backing us again and being so generous. We're nothing without you. So thank you to all of them.
Yeah, thank you to them. And we've been putting up posts on our social media to say thank you, and obviously just trying to ask everybody to support these groups. Everybody who supports us, please support them.
Yeah,
In whichever way that is. But there are so many amazing companies out there who are happy to support us, look after us. So
yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky. And obviously, we'll be talking about that in the run up to the Winter League as it comes up.
It's not far away, is it?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
God.
I know.
Should we start in January?
We should. Well, we've got some.
We'll be ready.
Yeah, we'll be ready. We've got some changes coming for that, which should be interesting. Make it a little bit spicier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how that goes down. Actually.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for listening. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
And
cheers, guys.
Yeah. See you on the next one.
Cheers.
The Big Lerf Podcast, talking LRF and more.